This is an update, Saturday 11th of July 2026. The first thing I want to say is, as I was thinking about what I wanted to talk about in this video, I could feel the thoughts being removed from my mind, okay? I managed to... I don't know what happened. Look, I don't know how it happens, but I realized, and then I repeated over and over a particular thing that I didn't want to forget, and I still have that. So I don't know if that might help other TIs who are in this situation. I did an update. I can't remember if it was yesterday or the day before, and I forgot, you see, to talk about this. So this is important. I need to talk about it. I had always believed that they were not doing any kind of sleep deprivation on me, because in fact the opposite, they were making me sleep and making me very sleepy when I shouldn't be, like, you know, in the wrong situation, like when I'm driving or when I'm at work, okay? But in the last 2 weeks, more and more, I've been aware that they have been stopping me from sleeping. And what I mean by that is that it's like I become aware that, oh, I'm lying in bed and I'm not moving, but I'm awake. You know, I'm not asleep. And it's not that there's a noise that's woken me up, or that I, need the toilet or whatever it is. No, it's not that. It's I'm being kept awake. My consciousness, it feels to me like a frequency. It's hard to explain what I mean by that, but okay, let's try and explain it. I guess because I've meditated for many years, I know what different states of mind, let's say, feel like. And I'm assuming that that has something to do with frequencies. I'm assuming that's frequency. And so when I become aware that I'm awake, it's as if I'm in beta brainwaves instead of delta, which I believe is the sleep one. And I do, I do all the things. But I'm to go to sleep, I mean. But then I'm aware again that I'm not asleep. And it's possible I have slept some in between. But then in the morning, I'm absolutely exhausted, like I haven't slept all night, okay? The other thing that's happening is some very vivid, horrible dreams about being gang stalked, about people, just... The one last night was, just finally being in a normal conversation with a normal person, like in a cafe, and then them suddenly sticking their tongue out, and I, me getting tachycardia and hyperventilating and having to leave and all of that. Also last night, and actually this morning, let's see now. See, I was feeling it very much when I was inside. They're doing something now that seems like it's almost all the time. And it's like a vibration right in the center of my head. And I don't know what that's doing. But I am definitely under attack, very covertly, but very severely. These sores all over me. I mean, they're definitely they're DEW. They've got to be. I do believe that when the rash first started, that looked blotchy, as I said, I believe that was. I haven't mentioned this, but I take supplements. I'm not very good with them. I'm not. I miss some days and everything, but. I started to once a month do senolytic activator, as it's called, and I noticed last month when I did it that this kind of blotchy rash appeared exactly where it was at the top of my left arm, exactly there. But it went away pretty quick, and now, I mean, it's gone away now as well. But this month, I forgot to take the correct amount. You're supposed to take it for 2 days once a month, okay? And I forgot to take the correct amount on one of the days. So I stretched it to 3 days, and I took some more on the 3rd day, and I think I actually took too much. And maybe that's why I had more of a reaction, because it wasn't just the rash. I mean, I kept going back to bed. I mean, yeah, you can say it's the depression and all of that, but I was also feeling just absolutely exhausted, which isn't normal. And I was even like sneezing and stuff, and I'm feeling kind of shivery like you do when you've got flu. And when I looked that up online, that those are the normal symptoms of, I think they call it die-off. It's when it's a kind of a detox. Okay, you can look it up for yourself if you want, but it's kind of a detox, and there's symptoms that come with it, and I'm sure there are ways to counteract the symptoms, but I probably just didn't do the right thing. But these sores are, I mean, this is here, this one, what is it? I don't know why I can't get, okay. Yeah, there, you see, these. That to me really does look like DEW, and it's the thing about it that identifies it to me. Well, firstly, it's the geometric shapes, normally triangles. That's what identified it to me. But also, it's this unbearable itchiness. I mean, it's not normal. It's far, far worse. Like, when you get stung by a mosquito, that's horrible and itchy, right? But this is unbearable. It is unbearable itchiness, and that is a particular kind of DEW that I can't tell you what it is, because I don't know. But I do know that this is the attack that when I was in Panama, and I've told this story before, I was in an Airbnb, and another girl that was there, the only other girl that was there, she was a TI as well, and she was from an island that I always forget the name. I always want to say Galapagos, and it's not. Madagascar. She's from Madagascar. That's where she's from. So, see that, how interesting that the throat. Okay. So they attacked her with that, and it was all over her back. And this time they did it all over my back as well. And I just had a stick. I just got a stick, one of these sticks that I have, and I just used that to scratch my back. And I probably messed up my back. It feels very sore now, and I can't be bothered to go look and check and stuff. But there was definitely, look, it's been definitely getting, I can't get it in the right focus. Yeah, been getting infected and stuff. So I'm under severe attack. Not sure why. But telling the truth does get you into trouble. And see, there's things that I'm not sure I even want to talk about, but certain groups or a group. You see how it's very hard because I don't know if I want to talk about this. But certain people who were appointed to help me, let's say, certain members of the group were doing the triggers. Yeah, they were doing the torture. And so I reported it. And then there's silence, you see? There's absolute silence. No one says anything. And for a victim who's completely alone, you see, what that's basically doing is that's basically, it's coercion, I think is the word. You see, they're trying to force me to accept this torture and just to carry on as if it's not happening, but I can't. And also I won't, because this has driven other people to suicide. I feel very strongly, why am I being forced like this? This shouldn't be happening, you know? And even, let's set aside the torture. There is clearly a huge hate campaign against me. That noise that you're hearing is Junior, who is growling at Manstor, who is right here. Who's just relaxing and having a nice time. Junior, are you training to be a gang stalker or what? Stop it. So basically that's it. It seems to be that I'm literally not allowed to live my life unless I accept torture, and I won't. So I don't know what happens here, or I have to put all my faith in God. That's all I can do. I'll give you a small example of what's happening. Again, I have been summoned to go to New Orleans to... I don't really want to talk about why, because I'd rather talk about it after it's happened, but I was summoned to go to New Orleans because this ankle monitor, they said that they'd had a message saying that it was faulty and it needed to be checked. And they actually wanted me to go immediately yesterday. And I said, look, my truck has been stolen by the dirty cops who illegally arrested me and sent me into detention, you know, and who are trying to steal my house, etc., etc. So that's why I don't have transport. And I also don't have a bank account, so I can't, or an income, because I'm in an asylum case, you know, and so I can't just order an Uber or something, you know, like normal people can. I can't do any of that. So anyway, as I said, I don't really want to talk details, but there were certain groups who were helping me, and now they've gone silent, you see, and I don't know what to do else other than walk there. And that's, I don't know, how long will that take? 3 weeks? I mean, I don't know. I haven't looked on Google, but also I don't even have proper shoes. That's the other thing. Anyway, all of that is, never mind, it's not to do with this update. But what is to do with it is that I am under attack still. And online, it's just relentless online, you know. They're very proud that they know what videos I'm going to watch, and, you know. And the thing is that I very quickly change my interests and start watching videos that are completely different. And then for a few videos, I can actually watch the whole video without being tortured. And then they cotton on to the fact that that I'm watching that kind of video. and then they start weaponizing that. This is a torture that shouldn't be happening. This kind of victimization of one person by huge amounts of people, this is too much for anybody, okay? I'm telling you, that's what I was trying to say. See, I lost my train of thought. Just victimizing one person, even without the torture, it is still torture, because that's too much, all right? That's too much. How can it be that I can't open an email or watch a video or do an online course or walk down the street or go and buy shopping or anything without being attacked? All right? This is unbearable, and it's absolutely the extension of the torture experiments that the Nazis were doing. All right? It absolutely is. So, you know, if anyone out there is thinking this is just a joke or whatever, no, it's not. There's a reason why 50% of victims who die are by suicide. And there's proof even in the testimonies that it's because of this, all right? You can't do that to a human being and expect them to be okay, you know? And this false narrative that